Now, hello, welcome to the Quarantine Theater Company. Tonight we are doing the Birdcage. We've got our action description coming from Keelan. I'll be playing Armand. Alexander will be Albert. George is Senator Kevin Keeley. Molly is his wife Louise Keeley. Eric is my son Val. Karina is his bride-to-be Barbara. Zach is going to be Agador Spartacus, the one and only. Alexis is Catherine Archer. Travis is the reporter Harry Radman. And Anne and Jack are going to be filling in a ton of roles for us across the night. So without further ado, let's get it started. Take it away, Keelan.
Alrighty. Fade in, helicopter shot, the sea, dusk, glittering with the reflected light of sunset. Just ahead is the outline of the city, and as we move in, we begin to see pale sand dotted with tanned bodies, a pastel street filled with Art Deco buildings and upscale tourists, and a heavily trafficked road with a flashing yellow sign that says, "No cruising when the light is flashing."
We are family.
Family. I've got all my sisters with me. Hey, hey, hey. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing.
The camera continues on, tracking the buildings now. As it passes each one, a neon sign comes up revealing the name of the club or restaurant inside. We hear the sounds of music and voices mixing and blending with the opening song until we reach a sign that says Armand Goldman's The Birdcage, starring the Goldman Girls and Starina.
Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by and we fly like birds. Oh God, that's not how the song goes.
That's good. We don't want to get copyright struck. Take it, Keelan.
A little knot of customers stand outside the Birdcage, mostly couples of various ages, and the camera follows them as they make their way through the door. Interior the Birdcage, night, a small dark room crammed with tables. On stage, 6 girls performing the opening number.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. Hey, hey, hey.
At the door, Armand Goldman greets a few incoming customers and strolls through the club inspecting his domain. He opens the door to a small kitchen where a kneeling chef is transferring a chicken breast from the floor back to a plate. He closes the door quickly and moves on. A waiter comes up to him.
The Kennedys are here again for supper. It's the 3rd time this week. Shall I give them a free round of drinks?
Ted?
No, just the younger Kennedys.
I wish we could get Ted. Give them a free round of coffee.
He starts forward again. When he reaches the area of the stage, he pulls aside a black velour and steps through. Backstage, narrow, cramped, little more than a corridor lined with cubicles and doors. A stage manager, Cyril, stands poised, holding a wig and a costume, his eyes on the stage. Armand walks up to him.
Where's Starina?
Agador just called. She'll be down in 5. Whoops.
Cyril springs into action as the opening number ends, and one of the girls runs off stage, tearing off her costume for a quick change. Under the sequin bra is a flat chest. Under the flowing wig is a crew cut. Under the little silk skirt is a jockstrap made of ace bandages and tape. Armand peeks out at the audience.
You know, we should try for 3 shows on Saturday. I mean, look at that crowd.
A door in the opposite wall suddenly flies open, missing the changing performer and Cyril by inches. A dark, barefoot man in leopard skin shorts, Agador, stands on the bottom step, panting.
Serena won't go on. She's still in her robe.
Oh, damn.
I don't know what happened this time.
Go back upstairs and try to get her dressed. I'll be right behind you. Oh, right there.
Agador turns and hurries to the door upstairs. Armand turns to Cyril.
Cyril, tell Carmen to get ready to do Starina's number just in case. You understand?
Don't be stern. I'll fall apart. Oh my God.
Interior bedroom, dressing room, Starina, clutching a flimsy robe about him as he faces Agador.
Just put these on, please.
No, Agador. Victoria Page will not dance the dance of the red shoes tonight, or any other night.
Just the stockings.
Victoria Page is dead.
Just these stockings.
Do you know how she died? Alone, weeping for her lover. For each man kills a thing he loves. Have you eaten? You look haggard.
Please.
Here, these are supplements. I bought them for Armand, but that's all over now.
Interior stairs leading to the apartment. Armand hurries up the last 2 stairs and opens the door, revealing a living room. He walks in and calls.
Albert.
Sarina's room. Sarina screams and runs to the door. And before Agador can stop him, locks it and leans against it. Armand begins knocking.
Come on, Albert, open the door.
Get out!
Albert, open it.
Armand's knocking grows louder.
Let's open the door for him, shall we? Let's be nice.
No, I don't want him to see me. I'm hideous.
The door suddenly bursts open and Armand stands there holding his shoulder. Sarina screams wildly,
Oh,
and then runs to the window and covers himself with a curtain.
Do you want to ruin me?
don't look at me. I'm hideous. I'm hideous. Fat and hideous. Oh, Agador, I'm in such pain.
I know it will pass.
It will never pass. I hate my life. Don't forget to take those supplements.
Are you crazy? Do you realize that there's a packed house out there?
That's all I am to you, isn't it? A meal ticket.
I can't stand this.
Never mind about my feelings. Never mind about my suffering. It's just about your show. Not even our show. Your show. Well, I want a palimony agreement, and I want it now.
Well, I don't have a palimony agreement on me now. Is tomorrow all right?
Don't use that tone with me. That sarcastic, contemptuous tone that means you know everything because you're a man, and I know nothing because I'm a woman.
You're not a woman.
Oh, you bastard!
Take it easy, Armand.
Whatever I am, he made me. I was adorable once, young and full of hope. Now I'm the short, fat, insecure, middle-aged thing.
I made you short?
Seal races into the apartment and stands gasping in the hallway. Doorway.
What do I do? What do I do? The number's nearly over. Do I send Carmen out for the Serena?
Yes.
No! How dare you?
Do it.
Cyril stops.
No!
Cyril
Zero.
stop. Cyril starts out.
No!
Cyril stops.
Zero.
Please, I'll go on. Don't give my number away. I'll be good. You'll see.
All right. Put the Mambo number on and tell Dante and Beatrice to stand by with the staircase. Go.
Cyril races out.
Oh, my hands are shaking. Agonor, I need some print tablets. Quickly.
What? What are you taking?
Here. One before the show and one after, but no more.
Thank you, my darling Agador. Give me a moment.
Armand and Agador turn and start out. Albert stuffs a piece of candy into his mouth as they go out and into the living room. Armand closes the door behind them, then turns on Agador.
What are you doing? Why are you giving drugs? What the hell are Pirin tablets?
They're aspirin with the A and the S stripped off.
No. My God, what a brilliant idea.
Interior bedroom, dressing room night. Albert's running a razor over his arms. Armand runs in, stops.
I don't believe this. You're shaving your arms now?
I didn't have time to wax. Indifference is the most awful thing in the world, Armand. I've lost and gained over 100 pounds in the last year. I've yo-yoed from a 16 to a 10 to a 16, and you've never said a word, not one hint of encouragement or validation. If it wasn't for the print tablets, I don't think I could go on.
Albert, I'm going to kill myself if you don't finish making up.
Oh, you don't love me anymore, Armand.
Oh, shit.
There's a man in your life, isn't there? I sense it. And I saw a bottle of white wine chilling in the refrigerator. I only drink red, and so do you.
There's no man. I'm switching to white because red has tannins. There are 150 people out there waiting for you.
Serena hands Armand an anklet. Armand kneels.
Waiting to applaud you, to applaud the great Starina.
Serena suddenly kicks Armand, knocking him flat.
What do you do while I'm on stage? Where do you go while I'm killing myself on stage?
Armand begins to struggle up. Serena screams.
Oh, go ahead, hit me. Go on. That's what you want to do, isn't it? Well, do it. Hit me. Go on. Go on.
Armand glances discreetly at his watch, then strikes out without aiming. His hand connects vaguely with Albert's shoulder. Albert screams and falls to the ground as if shot. Armand holds his hand, wincing in pain.
No more. Please, no. Are you all right?
I hurt my thumb.
Oh, my God, forgive me.
No, forgive me, my little wellness, my little teddy bear.
Do you love me? Swear that... Do you love me? Swear that you love me.
Of course I love you.
Don't hurt me.
No,
Oh, my king.
my queen.
Interior club, the stage tonight. The Mambo number is still going on. Cyril stands in the wings, biting his lip, his eyes on his watch. Immediately behind him, two girls stand poised on either side of a small, freestanding spiral staircase. Suddenly, Cyril turns, closes his eyes in relief, then looks up at the out-of-frame top of the staircase and says,
Climb down, Carmen. He made it.
Angelon, Armand, Albert. They stand silhouetted for a moment in the doorway.
Go, my queen.
Oh, my king.
He walks out of frame. The mambo music fades. Cyril hits a switch, the lights go on, and Armand walks forward and speaks into a mic. On stage, Armand's voice comes out of the darkness.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the incomparable, Starina.
Beatrice and Dante push the staircase on stage. A single spot hits the bottom rung and then moves up, higher and higher until a pair of leopard boots appear, followed by legs, a pair of leopard gloves holding a leopard muff, and then finally Starina's head wearing a leopard hat.
Well, hello. I'm just back from safari. Like him? Oh, don't look at me that way. I didn't kill him. He died and left me everything. Hello, darling. Back again. Oh, look at those teeth. You must be a Kennedy. And where are the adorable couple who are celebrating the anniversary here tonight? Mon congrats, you sweeties. And I may be celebrating something myself soon. I think I have found the one. And he's not a white hunter or the gorgeous pilot who flew me to meet the Sultan of Brunei, or even the Sultan of Brunei himself, who shall remain nameless. He's just a boy who works behind the counter of a 7-Eleven near the airport. I know this grocery clerk, unprepossessing.
Armand stands in the wings watching for a few moments as Albert sings and begins backing towards the door that led upstairs. Then freezes as Albert turns and sings a line to him, then starts again. Then stops as a tall black man, Carmen, dressed in the identical costume as Starina, steps into his path.
I just want to say very calmly, very quietly, that it isn't fair to make me get all ready to do Starina's number and then take it away because Albert decided to move his ass.
Don't you dare talk that way about Albert. And you're absolutely right.
He bolts for the stairs. Interior Armand's apartment patio. Agador, the maid, now wearing a big hair red wig, is on the patio taking down the laundry and lip-syncing to Starina's number, which drifts up from downstairs. Armand rushes in.
Get that laundry down and go get the white wine out of the refrigerator, put it in a bucket with 2 glasses, and take the night off.
Why don't you treat me like a servant?
Because you're my fucking housemate. Now hurry.
My father was the shaman of his tribe. My mother was the high priestess.
Well, then it was pretty dumb of them to move to New Jersey.
I know, wasn't it? But they wanted me to have a career. When can I audition for you again?
When you have talent. Will you move and take off Albert's wig, or I'll tell him you're wearing it.
And I'll tell him that you're seeing someone while he's on stage. To peace.
Go.
Agador tosses his head proudly and twirls out with the laundry.
And don't lock the front door when you leave.
Armand hurries into the bedroom, whips off his jacket, and begins applying pancake. Exterior side exit to Armand's apartment. After a moment, Agador slouches out of the door, wearing thong sandals and a pouch purse slung over his shoulder. He saunters down the street as a taxi draws up to the side entrance, and a young man gets out. Interior the patio, Armand, makeup completed, hurries out of the bedroom and begins fussily adjusting the candles, then stops as a voice behind him says, "Hi." The young man, Val, stands silhouetted in the doorway. Armand rushes to embrace him.
You keep getting better looking.
Thanks. So do you.
Oh no, really? I feel so bloated. Do you really think I look good?
Primo.
You're sweet. I'm glad you let your hair grow. Did you eat?
I'm fine.
Would you like something to drink?
Beer if you have it.
I do not. Talk about bloat. Got white wine?
Swell. How long has Albert been on?
We just started, and I gave Agador the night off, so we're all alone, as requested. Since when do you like beer?
Look, I have something to tell you.
Yes.
And I don't want you to get how you get.
Oh my God.
I'm getting married. Hello?
Yes.
I didn't want to tell you over the phone. It's a girl. I met her at school. Wonderful girl. A really great girl. Are you upset?
Let me tell you why. First of all, you're only 20.
Look, Pop. I know I'm young, but you've always said I was a very level-headed guy, and I am. I have job offers. I know I want my future. I know what I want my future to be, and I have an incredible role model.
Oh, please.
I do, and I'm the only guy in my fraternity who doesn't come from a broken home.
Stop flattering me. It's cheap. The time thing is a joke, isn't it? Yesterday you were this fat thing in diapers going down that slide with your quack quack. You ever missed your quack quack? I think Albert still has it somewhere. And today you're getting married.
Is that all right, Pop?
Does it matter?
Yes. I want to hear you say it's all right before Albert comes up and starts screaming.
Well, I won't. I can't. It's too crazy. If you do this, you're on your own. Don't come to me. Don't ask me for anything. I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay. Well, goodbye, Pop.
Goodbye. Come here, you little fool, as if I would let you go.
Then it's all right.
Yes, it's all right. Put down your jacket and let's drink a toast to this catastrophe. I'm joking. It's all right. It's all right, son. What's the young lady's name?
Barbara.
Interior Keeley House, somewhere in Ohio, night. Expensively and carefully furnished, Senator Keeley is shouting at his daughter, Barbara. Mrs. Keeley is quickly closing the doors.
Are you crazy? It's out of the question. You can't get married. You're not even 18.
Who is this boy, Barbie? When was the last time you saw him?
Please don't call me Barbie. This afternoon at 2 o'clock. We've been sleeping together for a year.
Good God, has he been tested?
Kevin!
Yes, and so have I.
Mrs. Keeley screams. They both glance at her in annoyance and then resume.
Look, this will just have to wait until after the election. I can't deal with this now.
Where does this young man come from? Barbara? Who is his father?
His father is in the arts. On the Council of Cultural Arts.
Really?
The ones that funded the Maplethorpe exhibit?
No, goodness, no. He's a cultural attaché to Greece.
Really?
What the hell is that?
That's a diplomatic post, isn't it? Almost like an ambassador. What does the mother do?
She's a housewife.
Well, that's really refreshing, isn't it, Kevin?
I don't want to talk about this now.
The telephone rings. Barbara snatches it up. Her father hovers
Hello?
nearby.
Yes, I just talked to them.
Interior Armand's apartment. Val on the phone, standing next to Armand, who is holding a wine glass.
Yes, me too. And my father is very excited. In fact,
Interior Keeley House night. Barbara, as Barbara listens to Val's voice.
he's holding up his glass to toast us.
Senator Keeley goes to a second phone and presses 2 buttons. Val's voice comes on over the phone microphone.
I'll put him on. Pop?
No.
But his parents were in Greece.
Dad, get off the phone.
Armand's apartment. Night. Armand on the phone.
Hello, Barbara? Here's to your future. Shit! I'm sorry, that wasn't my toast. I just broke my glass.
That's all right. It was nice talking to you.
Interior Keeley House night.
I will talk again soon. Bye. How dare you listen in my conversation?
You said his parents were in Greece.
They are.
You saw this boy at 2 in the afternoon and now he's in Greece with his parents?
No, Greece. No, his parents are back from Greece. For the winter. They're at their vacation house in South Beach.
Oh, is that like Palm Beach?
Close. It's about 2 minutes from Fisher Island, where Jeb Bush lives.
Really?
Interior Armand's apartment patio night. He's sitting alone on the patio now, looking depressed, holding a new glass of wine, and the shards of the broken wine glass are still on the floor. There's a sudden sound of applause from below. Armand finishes his wine, ignoring the clump of footsteps coming up the stairs. After a moment, Albert busts in. He stares at the glass in Armand's hand, then at Val's glass on the table next to the empty bottle. He points.
Aha!
Wait.
Who is he? Who is he?
You stop screaming. It's Val. It's Val. It's in his room. Go on. Check if you don't believe me.
Close shot. Val's face, lying on a pillow surrounded by darkness, the covers pulled up to his chin. His eyes are closed, perhaps a shade too tightly. A hand comes down and brushes the hair off his forehead. The angle widens to reveal Albert, his face transformed by affection, looking down at Val. After a moment, he stops to pick up the clothes strewn on the floor, then shaking his head, fondly tiptoes out. Exterior streets of South Beach day. Albert in mint green slacks walks down a narrow street lined with markets, greeting the merchants as he goes from stand to stand, squeezing, smelling, tasting.
We've got some nice lobsters today, Albert.
Look at these melons. Perfect.
Not ripe. No, too ripe. These are nice. I'll take 3. Better make it 6. The piglet is home.
Interior bakery day.
Would you like the cake delivered?
Yes, please. And don't forget to write, "To my piglet," from his auntie on it.
You got it.
Thank you. Well, I want to get it back before he wakes up. I'm just going to try this sample. Chocolate Schnecken. A triumph. Well, bye-bye. Perhaps one more Schnecken. Do you mind?
Interior Armand's kitchen day. Agador is at the sink. Armand enters in his dressing gown, smoking a cigarette. Agador brings him a cup of coffee.
What is this, sludge?
Jets, I thought it would be nice to change from coffee. You should have told me you were meeting Val last night, you bad man. I wouldn't have been so sassy.
Will you put some clothes on?
Why won't you let me be in the show? Are you afraid of my Guatemalaness?
Your what?
My Guatemalaness. My heat. You afraid I'll be too primitive for your little electrician rockets?
Yes, right. I'm afraid of your heat.
Albert enters carrying bags.
Yoo-hoo! Here I am, the bag lady. Good morning, Agador.
Good morning, madame.
The kiss.
Wash these, will you, Agador? They're delivering the rest around noon. Good morning. My God, that beard.
Albert opens the dryer, takes Val's clothes out, and begins folding them. Agador gives him a cup of coffee.
Thank you, dear. Turkish coffee. Delicious. Is Val still asleep? He must be exhausted, poor baby. You should have told me he was coming. Oh, I'm so ashamed of the way I acted last night. But how could I know? The truth is, you can't stand sharing your son with me. You're always pushing me away. Oh, look at the shirt. It's a rag. No matter how many shirts I send that boy, you look awful. What's wrong?
Val is getting married.
Oh, don't be silly. I got a pork roast for dinner. I wanted to get filet mignon, but they're so expensive. What do you mean married?
I mean, what do you mean, what do I mean? I mean married.
I don't understand.
Yes, you do.
Oh, no!
Some girl he met at school.
But he's a baby. He's too young. He'll ruin his life.
We went through all that. The bottom line is he's getting married no matter what we say, so the less said, the better.
Oh, my God. I woke up feeling so good. And now, all of a sudden, I feel so funny. Oh, take it easy. Just breathe. Just breathe. Breathe.
Val enters, looks at Armand, sees Albert.
Oh, you've heard.
Oh, Valley, oh my God. This is such a shock. I'm not saying anything. I promised your father. But you're only 20, and if you throw yourself away on some dormitory slut, you'll be sorry for the rest of your life. There, enough said. No more, that's all. Subject closed. Well, don't just stand there, give me a kiss. Or are you too grown up for that now?
Hello, Albie.
Oh, Armani's going to leave us, and we won't have any others.
Not without a miracle.
Interior Keeley dining room day. Senator and Mrs. Keeley are also eating breakfast and watching the TV. On television, 2 hosts. Sat on either side of Senator Keeley and a white-haired man, Senator Jackson. All 4 men are shouting incomprehensibly. Senator Jackson?
Here. When I and Senator Keeley here founded the Coalition for Moral Order, it was to express moral rather than political.
Oh, come on. Since when do you get moral views get campaign contributions?
Oh, you, come on, since always, once the liberals abolished morality.
A wonderful show.
Most intelligent show on television. I think that what Senator Jackson is trying to say is that morality is political. Abortion, same-sex marriage, contempt for family values, pornography. They wouldn't exist if politicians didn't pass laws to protect them. And that's why both houses are now Republican.
Return to Keeley dining room. The two hosts began shouting again. Senator Keeley clicks off the show and picks up some papers and a tape recorder.
Bravo. It's a perfect platform.
Yes, I'm very glad I got on Jackson's bandwagon instead of Dole's. Dole's just too...
Dark?
Actually, I was going to say liberal, but he's dark too. I have to fire this woman.
You know, this boy that Barbie wants to marry.
Ms. Porter, page 2, second paragraph is porno, not pronto.
I wonder if he's old money. I mean, a cultural attaché.
There's a tap on the door and a maid enters.
Your campaign manager is calling. He says he's got to talk to you.
Senator Keeley rises and goes out to the phone.
Hello, Ben. Ready for what? What?
What's the matter, Kevin?
Jackson is dead.
Oh my God.
He died in bed. Whose bed? A prostitute?
No.
And a minor? And black?
What?
Prostitute, minor, black. I don't believe this. I don't fucking believe this. I'm ruined.
Why? You're not responsible. You can't be held responsible for Senator Jackson's private life.
Louise, I'm the vice president of the Coalition for Moral Order, and my co-founder has just died in bed with an underage black whore. Just wait until the media gets hold of this. I could really use a piece of candy.
Close shot, a scrapbook. The pages being turned slowly. Pictures of Val as a baby, then as a young boy, then as an adolescent, posing with Armand and Albert, with other friends, a dog. Over the shot, we hear the soft, steady sound of weeping and piano chords.
You're driving me crazy, Albert.
The angle widens to reveal Albert sitting on the couch in the living room, looking at the scrapbook, an ancient rubber duck clutched in one hand. Armand is at the piano working on a tune.
Oh, my baby.
Close shot, a television screen. A young black girl is speaking.
He looked kind of funny, but he was smiling, so I didn't worry.
Senator Jackson's last words tonight on Inside Edition.
How do they get them on so quick?
They pay.
The angle widens to reveal the Keeley dining room. Senator and Mrs. Keeley sitting in the front of the television, their faces blank with shock.
They're not mentioning you much.
It's early.
Exterior wide shot, Miami, day. There's a beat and then a shriek over the shot.
Oh no! They wrote uncle!
Interior, Armand's kitchen, day. Albert stands staring down at the newly opened cake box.
Well, I told them auntie, uncle. He won't know who uncle is.
He'll probably eat half the cake before he looks at it. It's just like you.
Yes, the piglet. Well, we'll have to completely redecorate his room, you know. You can't have a married couple in a room that looks like a bulletin board. Plus, there has to be room for the grandchildren. So there goes your den.
Someone's feeling better.
Well, grandchildren. Oh, I can just see you as a grandfather. Pushing the carriage, gold chains clinking, chest hair dyed.
Not a bad sight, is it? Don't stir that. It's the marinade. We're ready for rehearsal. Go on.
You never let me help you cook.
Go, 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 go. And I'll meet you downstairs, Grandma.
Exterior Keeley house day. It is surrounded by television trucks, TV, and print reporters, cameras. A small movement in an upstairs window catches everyone's attention. Interior front window, Keeley house, Mrs. Keeley. As she steps quickly back, closing the drapes, Barbara enters.
Where's Dad?
He snuck out this morning to meet with his advisors. They refuse to come here.
Mom.
I should never have let him go. How will he get back in?
Mom, I have to tell you something about Val's parents.
They can't blame us for this. Eli Jackson was a common redneck, and we had nothing to do with him socially. They understand that, don't they? Thank God they're not snobs.
Senator Keeley suddenly appears at the back window, clinging to a branch. He taps on the pane. His face is dirty, his jacket crushed. Mrs. Keeley and Barbara rush to him.
What are you doing here?
Came through the orchard and over the top of the barn.
But it's so dangerous. You could have fallen.
I did.
They pull him over the sill.
Don't want the ladder drop. We may need it. I'm just a wreck. This is all anyone can talk about.
Kevin, if we can manage it, there may be a solution.
What, death? Didn't work for Jackson.
What about a wedding? A big white
What
wedding?
do you mean? What wedding? Who's getting married? No.
Why not? It will restore your image. A wedding is hope. A white wedding is morality and family and tradition. And this would be such a special marriage. The son of a cultural attaché, a kind of diplomat, actually, who doesn't look down on us because of Senator Jackson, who's willing to join our family. There's the cover of People and Time and Newsweek right there. Love and optimism versus cynicism and sex. It will be an affirmation. If necessary, we'll get the Pope's blessing. It's not hard.
No, but he's too controversial. Billy Graham. Now too liberal.
Now wait a minute. Oh, that's Barbara.
Now, wait a minute.
Listen, Barbara, you have 3.5 years till you're 21, and you want to get married now. Don't be a nitwit.
Where's the candy?
You've had enough candy. This boy, what's his father's name?
Armand. Coleman.
Really? I wonder if they're related to Bobo and Tish Coleman. Are they from Boston?
I don't think so.
I think we should go down to South Beach and meet them immediately. We can have dinner with them and spend the night with the Bushes. Mr. and Mrs. Armand Coleman of Greece and South Beach.
Interior, the Birdcage day. Albert is in full costume rehearsing Armand's new song, while a second performer, Celsius, dances around him in tights and sleeveless tee. Cyril plays the piano. Armand watches from the house. Celsius does a bump and grind, then peers over his shoulder and winks. Albert breaks off.
Well, this is impossible. Either I'm an artist or I'm just some cheap drag queen playing it straight so he can get laughs.
Let's just try and get through it.
Oh, you always ask so much of me. I have to understand every nuance of a song. I have to rehearse in full costume. But everyone else can just get through it. I mean, he's chewing gum.
Chewing gum helps me think.
Sweetie, you're wasting your gum.
All right, let's take it from the top. No more talk from anyone.
Albert begins the song again. Val enters.
Pop, I have to talk to you.
Shh, sit down.
No, it's important.
Wait, can't you see he's rehearsing?
Armand, did you see what he did? Hello, Valley, darling.
Let's keep it going. What did Celsius do?
He blew a bubble with his gum while I was singing. He can't do that while I'm singing.
Celsius, look, this may be a drag show, but it still has to be a good drag show if possible. A great drag show.
Yes, and just because you're 18 and hung doesn't mean you're qualified.
Let me do this, Albert. Listen, this is a complex number full of mythic themes. You were invented by the woman who's singing. You're her fantasy, this gorgeous fantasy, free and arrogant. And then suddenly you, the fantasy, see her, your inventor. She becomes your fantasy.
I don't think I get it.
Try more gum.
Albert, well, yeah, you have to explore it, Celsius, but start with the premise that when you see this stunning, smoldering creature, she transcends your desire to chew. She electrifies you. Something begins in your pelvis that travels straight to your heart. But hit the pelvis.
But what I do, I don't want to just stand here like an object.
Do this. 5, 6, 7, 8. And this. Martha Graham, I don't even remember what he does. And this, do a stunning, eclectic celebration of dance. And you, of course, sing. Fosse.
Ah.
All right, coming. All right. Try it again. I'll be right back.
Interior, the Birdcage day. Stairway. Armand and Val head up the stairs.
Well,
Barbara is coming with their parents.
When?
They'll be here tomorrow.
Well, it's plenty of time. Is that what you interrupted me for?
No, there's more. Please keep going.
They continue up the stairs. Interior apartment, day. Armand and Val enter. Val goes straight for the bar.
Wine?
No. Hurry, let's hear it.
I think I'll have some. Barbara's father is a conservative senator, and he's running for re-election, and she told him that you were the cultural attaché to Greece, and Albert was a housewife.
What?
She had to, Pop. He's a founder of the Coalition for Moral Order.
I don't care who he is. I don't want to be someone else. Do you want me to be someone else?
Oh, no. Of course not. And neither does Barbara, but her father, Pop, her father is Kevin Keeley.
Who's Kevin Keeley?
Do you ever read the newspapers?
Of course. Variety, The Star, the Arts and Leisure section of the New York Times. Why? Is there something I don't know? You're not marrying some Nazi, are you?
No. He just, he a conservative, like half America, and I'm not marrying him. I'm marrying Barbara, and I need your help.
Not for this.
Done it before.
What, lied about who I am? Never.
Do you remember my first day at Edison Park, what you told me?
No.
You said if Miss Donovan asked me what you do for a living, I should say you're a businessman.
Yes, I did. Because you were a baby and Miss Donovan was a small-minded idiot. I didn't want you to get hurt. It's different now. You're a man.
But I can still get hurt. Pop, it would mean everything to me if you would help us, just for one night.
This is insane. What am I supposed to do? Close a club and pretend I'm a cultural attaché? Whatever the hell that is. Make Albert into a housewife?
You'd have to send Albert away for a few days. We'll never get him past the Keeleys.
Are you crazy? Albert? You try sending Albert away.
And you'll have to get rid of a few things around here.
What things?
That, for example, and this.
Greek? But that's art.
Val points to a printed sculpture with a large phallus.
And that.
Armand puts his hand on the sculpture's erect penis and gently rotates the sculpture so that it's facing the wall.
Is that better?
Oh my God. No, look, it's not just one or two things, it's everything. I mean, you have to tone it all down, make it more like other people's homes.
So we need a total redecoration now to make us more like other people.
And you have to try to, be a little less obvious, change your mannerisms a little.
What do you mean? I'm obvious?
Val walks over to Armand and runs his fingers down his cheek, then smears the makeup from his fingertips on the wall behind him.
Val, I just had the wall sponge painted.
A knock at the door. Seal sticks his head in.
Sorry. Val, I just had, oh, sorry. You better get downstairs. She's trying to take his chewing gum away.
I'll be right there. Yes, I use foundation. Yes, I live with a man. Yes, I'm a middle-aged gay man. But I know who I am. It's taken me 20 years to get here, Val, and I'm not going to let some idiot senator destroy it. All right? Fuck the senator. I don't give a damn what he thinks.
Exterior Keeley house site. Camera trucks are parked on the street outside the wrought iron gates. Reporters, camera crews, lights, newsmen, all are waiting. As the camera pans, we hear local newscasters.
So outside the home of Senator Kevin Keeley, co-founder of the Coalition for Moral Order.
Waiting for Senator Jackson's close friend and colleague, Senator Kevin Keeley.
No sign of Keeley, although an earlier report placed him at the home of Senator Robert Dole this morning.
Anglon, a weary, overweight reporter, Harry Radman, is leaning against a tree. He straightens as he sees a chauffeur carrying a suitcase and heading for the garage. Radman looks quickly around, then steps up to the gate and holds up a wad of bills. The chauffeur sees the bills, glances around, then comes to the gate.
Where are you driving him?
South Beach, Florida.
Radman hands him the The chauffeur moves off. Close shot, Jay Leno on the television.
There's been a lot of tasteless jokes about the death of the Senator Eli Jackson. And now here's another one.
Tonight with Jay Leno, Jay's guests, Michael Huffington and Madonna.
There's a click and the set goes black.
This is unbearable.
The angle widens to reveal the Keeley bedroom. Senator Keeley rises, goes to the window, and opens it. Mrs. Keeley, who has just finished packing a small overnight case, looks up and screams.
Kevin, no!
Just going down the ladder. I can't face the press tonight. Tell the chauffeur to come around and stop outside the orchard.
You can't do that. I don't want you to go out there alone.
You won't be alone. You'll have Barbara. It's not you they're after, Louise.
Barbara comes in, sees her parents grappling at the window.
Shut up. I'm just trying to get out the back way.
Didn't we decide that we were going to announce Barbara's wedding to the Coleman boy?
Not before we meet them. What if they change their minds? Now let go of my coat. I'll meet you in the car.
He puts a leg over the sill and starts down the ladder. Exterior Keeley garden, night, Senator Keeley, making his way laboriously down the first 2 rungs. Suddenly, lights go on. The senator turns his head and looks down. Below him are 2 camera crews, newscasters, and 4 or 5 reporters. Senator Keeley clings to the ladder, frozen like a rabbit in the headlights. A boom mic appears in the air.
And yes, it's Senator Keeley, just leaving his house. Senator Keeley! Senator Keeley, do you think this will cost you votes?
Senator Keeley, what's the future of the Coalition for Moral Order now?
Senator Keeley, what happened at this morning's meeting with Senator Dole?
Senator Keeley, what about the rumors? What Senator Jackson was on lithium?
As the questions proceed, more newsmen and cameras appear around the back, climbing over the fence, drawn by the lights and voices. They pay no attention to the fact that the senator is on the ladder.
Gentlemen and ladies, I am, as all my colleagues, Republican and Democrat, liberal and conservative alike, stunned and saddened by the circumstances surrounding the death of Senator Jackson, as well as the death itself. My family and I are leaving town for a few days for reasons I cannot, to plan an event which I cannot, which may perhaps heal some of the bad things that Senator Jackson's demise has made us all feel.
What's the event? Will you be back in time to attend Senator Jackson's funeral? What's the event, Senator? Senator Keeley!
Where are you and your family going, Senator Keeley?
Where? To our farm, and that's all I'm going to say for now.
Angle, Harry Radman, the beginning of a smile on his jowly face. Interior, the Birdcage. The waiters are just finishing the table setups. Albert, in full costume and makeup, is doing a sound check with Celsius. An occasional performer flits across the stage in back of them. A burly man, Tony, enters carrying a keg of beer and heads for the bar where Armand stands, moodily drinking a glass of wine. Armand eyes the keg.
God, that smell.
I'm going to make you like beer someday, Armand. Chuck, the club will be open in 5 minutes. Let's have that keg.
A young voice, Chuck, calls from off screen.
I'll be right there, Pop. I'm inflating my shoe.
I could just kill him. Why did I get him those shoes?
Because he's young and ruthless, and you're weak and guilty, and he knows all the buttons to press.
Jesus, you're right. That little punk wasn't getting an athletic scholarship. I'd rip those shoes off his feet.
You didn't tell me the scholarship came through? That's wonderful.
Yeah, 3 colleges. Well, you know, the kid's got such talent. I don't know where he got it.
I know. It's amazing. Val's getting a degree in engineering, top 20 in his class. I don't know how Velcro works.
That's great. Top 20. Great. It's funny, isn't it? When I was born, my father wanted me to be president. When Chuck was born, I thought he doesn't get hooked on drugs and turn gay. I'm fine. No offense.
No offense. That's what I thought when Val was born. I wanted things to be, easier for him.
Of course. Hey, everybody's a coward when it comes to their kids. But they turned out all right, didn't they? They lived. They're in college, and they're driving us crazy. Hey, don't you have any sense of time?
This lasts to Chuck, about 18, who just entered carrying the second keg. The performers have cleared the stage now. The music starts. One of the waiters opens the door to let the customers in. Interior, Val's bedroom. Night. Val, sitting on the edge of his bed, staring hopelessly at the floor. Through the door, we hear the faint sound of the music downstairs. There's a sudden harsh sound of footsteps on the other side of the room. Then Armand's voice.
Agador, God damn it!
What did I do?
redoing the apartment for tomorrow night. God damn it.
Val sits up, slowly, his eyes brightening. Interior living room night. Armand, Agador. Armand moves around the room agitatedly.
It's for the in-laws, right?
Right. Get rid of everything over the top. And get yourself a uniform. You'll have to dress like a butler.
I'll look like a you know what?
Maybe, but you'll look like a fairy in uniform. You'll start first thing in the morning. I'll get Albert out of the house early. Tell him he has to leave for a few days.
Where am I going to get a uniform?
Oh, God, this will be hard.
Oh, God, so much to do.
Armand turns. Val stands in the doorway.
Thanks.
Do me a favor, Val. Don't talk to me for a while.
Exterior, the starlit sky. As it dissolves to dawn, the camera pans down to a black Lincoln on the highway, night, driving. The Keeleys sit crammed in the back, the chauffeur is driving.
Kevin, please, let's charter a plane.
No, we can't get out of this car. The minute we get out of this car, we'll be spotted.
The chauffeur lifts his eyes to the rear view window, or where the rear view mirror, where a silver Escort is reflected. Silver Escort on the highway, night. Radman is driving. Next to him is a second man, the photographer, with a camera in his lap. Exterior, beach, morning. Models, gay men, a few lesbians, attractive tourists, all out in the morning sun. Albert and Armand sit on the stand. Armand wears a safari cap and glasses. Albert wears a straw sombrero, glasses, and long sleeves. They're sitting under an umbrella.
Oh, how I love the sun.
Yes, it's glorious, isn't it? You know, you could use some sun. Take a few days off. You're tired.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Interior Armand's apartment, day. Cyril is there along with the girls from the show. One girl is carrying out Albert's wigs. Two are taking down an enormous oil painting of the satyr. Cyril is pinning up Agador's trap. Oh no.
Not too short. Plenty of money buckle in front.
Who put a Playboy in the bathroom?
Sorry. Leave it. It's what they read.
Look, don't add anything. Just subtract and hurry. This place got to look respectable by 6.
Exterior street outside the Birdcage, day. Armand hurries along beside Albert.
But you must have meant something.
I didn't, I swear. I just meant you look tired.
Tired means old. You look tired means you look old. And you look rested means you've had collagen.
No, you look wonderful. Too good to waste indoors. Let's window shop.
No, thank you. I want to go home.
On a day like this? Nonsense. Come on, I'll buy you anything you want.
Well, I have to change my shoes.
I'll buy you a pair.
I have no peds. Armand, why can't we go home? What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing.
Albert turns the corner and starts toward the entrance. Armand suddenly cries out. Albert turns.
I've hurt my ankle.
Your what?
Oh, my ankle. I don't think I can make it upstairs.
Do you want to wait here and I'll bring some ice down?
Oh, I just... No.
Interior Armand's apartment, day. It has progressed. Many of the ornate touches are gone, along with much of the Greek art. 2 girls come in front of the door, carrying a large moose head.
What's that?
It's from the antique shop across the street. Too much?
Don't add.
Through the door, we suddenly hear Albert's voice. Everyone freezes.
Oh, you're blocking my way.
I'm sorry. I can't walk any faster.
Put the moose head in my room. In my room.
The 2 girls fly into the den as everyone else runs for the door leading to the club. The sound of their footsteps echoes to the apartment as they clamber down the back stairs. Interior front stairs, day. Armand and Albert walking up. Armand is leaning on Albert.
Oh, I really think a doctor.
Oh, don't be silly. It isn't even swollen. Here.
Albert flings open the door to the apartment. Interior Armand's apartment, day. Only Val is there, pressed into a corner.
Sit down on the... Oh!
What is it?
We've been robbed.
No, Albie. I've just taken a few things out. They'll all be in place by the time you get back.
Back? Where am I going?
You didn't tell him?
What? Tell me what?
Val's fiance is coming tonight. with her parents, and we thought it would be better if you weren't here.
I see. I see.
It's just for tonight.
Oh, I understand. It's just while people are here. It's all right, my darling. It's nothing. It's painful, but it's not important. I'm leaving. The monster is leaving. You're safe.
Albert rises and walks out the front door.
Yeah, that went well.
He runs out after Albert. Val stands staring after them. Agador and the two girls with the moose head come out on the den. No one speaks. Exterior outdoor cafe, day, Albert running past it as Armand follows. The customers watch, riveted.
Albert, will you listen?
Go away. I hate you. I never want to see you again. My heart is breaking.
Oh, God, please don't cry. It's all right. You can stay.
No, I don't want to stay where I'm not wanted, where I can be thrown out on a whim without legal rights.
Have the palimony papers at home.
You're lying again. It's just too much for me. Too much ugliness and too much pain. Here, feel my pulse. Am I all right?
Goodness, it's very fast. Let's get you out of the sun.
Armand leads him towards one of the umbrella top tables. A waiter hurries over.
Water, right away.
Right away.
The waiter scoots off as Armand slides a chair under Albert.
Oh, it's the end. It's the end. I know it is.
Sit down. Breathe. Breathe.
The waiter flies back carrying a pitcher and two glasses.
Thank you, and the usual.
Right away, Senor Goldman.
The waiter flies off again, and Armand dips a napkin into his water and holds it in the back of Albert's neck.
Oh, thank you. That's better.
This is not because of you. This is because this girl's parents are assholes. Val is crazy about you.
Oh, is he? Oh, that helps. Oh, you're sweet. That water is so cool. Maybe it is too much to introduce me as his mother on the first visit. Could you tell them I was a relative who dropped in? Val's uncle? Uncle Al?
What's the point? Then you'll be Val's gay Uncle Al.
I could play it straight.
Oh, please. Look at you. Look at how you're holding your glass. Look at your posture. Look at your pinky.
And what about you? You're obviously not a cultural whatever it is. You've never been to a museum and you eat like a pig.
Albert, these people are right-wing conservatives. They don't care if you're a pig. They just care if you're gay.
The waiter whips over with two club sandwiches.
Right away.
Albert sits staring at the club sandwich, motionless, his eyes down, his shoulders sagging. There's a pause.
Now, fuck him. Of course you can pass as an uncle. You're a great performer, and I'm a great director. Together, we can do almost anything.
Oh, Armand. Really?
Absolutely. We have 5 hours. Let's get started. Wait, first your pinky. It's up again. Get it down. And sit up straight.
Oh my God, are you crazy? What are you doing?
Stop whining. I'm teaching you to be a man. Now, this is a dinner party, so let's work with the food. Let's spread some mustard on that bread. Not with a spoon. Don't dribble little dots of mustard on it. Take the knife and smear. Then smear. And get that goddamn pinky down. Your fingers are iron. Stop trembling. Hold the knife boldly, with strength.
Oh my God, I've pierced the toast.
So what? The important thing is not to go to pieces when that happens. React the way a man would, calmly. Just say to yourself, Albert, you pierced the toast. So what? Your life isn't over. Try another one.
Oh, you're right. There's no need to get hysterical. All I have to do is remember that I can always get more toast.
That's the spirit. Now let's see you walk.
Holding the sandwich?
It doesn't matter. Just walk.
After a moment of indecision, Albert puts the sandwich down, rises, and walks.
Too swishy?
Let me give you an image. A cliche, but an image. John Wayne.
John Wayne?
You're a fan. He had a very distinctive walk, very easy to imitate. And if anyone was a man, just try it. Just get off your horse and head for the saloon. Come on.
No good?
Actually, it's perfect. I just never realized John Wayne walked like that.
Exterior access road, Senator Keeley's Lincoln. The senator in hat and dark glasses is now driving. The chauffeur sits beside him, sleeping. Barbara and Mrs. Keeley sit in the back, clutching their safety belts. A sign on the side of the road says I-95 south with an arrow pointing left. The senator swerves left sharply to a chorus of horns. Interior, exterior, silver escort. The photographer, who's now driving, squeezes to the left after the Lincoln. Radman snaps awake.
This guy's a fucking maniac.
Yeah, I wonder what's in South Beach.
Exterior park, Armand, Albert. Armand stands under a tree pretending to read a newspaper. Albert, also carrying a newspaper, lurches toward him, sees Armand, and holds his hand out.
Armand Goldman, you old so-and-so. How about those dolphins? Screaming gay?
Stick your hand out sideways, not palm down. I'm going to shake it, not kiss it. And tighten that wrist. No, straighten it and then tighten it. All right, it's better. Oh, you old so-and-so.
I just said that.
Well, now I'm saying it. Al, you old so-and-so, how do you feel about that call today? A 4th and 3 play from the Dolphins with only 64 seconds left?
How do you think I feel? Betrayed? Bewildered? Wrong response?
I'm not sure. Take it from the top.
Oh, this is very exciting.
Yes, it is, fella. Fella, damn right. Fucking A-right. Swing that by me again, you compadre.
Albert begins packing up toward his starting point, crashing into a man in pink shorts sitting on the grass in the front.
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
take it easy.
You take it easy, Pilgrim.
Well, he bumped into me.
Well, tough gun son.
Why are you being such a prick?
Why are you being such an asshole?
Did you just call me an asshole?
No, actually, I was talking to the asshole behind you.
Interior Armand's apartment, day. Armand is lying on the couch. Albert is applying a cold compress to his head.
Oh, see, the swelling's already gone down. It's nothing. You were magnificent. Marvelous. Very masculine. I'm so proud of you. That big idiot looked so ridiculous when he sat on you and banged your head on the ground. He didn't even know how to box.
Val enters the towel. Outside we hear Agador's voice singing Vogue in high soprano.
Oh, you're a Deer Valley. I'll go get some ice. Be right back, love.
We hire a straight maid for tonight.
There are no straight maids in South Beach. And I have more bad news for you. I told Albert he could stay.
What? Why?
Why? Because he said his heart was breaking. Because he's my friend and companion.
What? Who will we say he is?
Your uncle.
Well, forget it. We might as well forget the whole thing.
Don't be so negative. You're only 20 years old. Have some hope.
About what? I mean, once they see you and Albert together, oh, God, what a mess.
What we really need is a woman. We could get away with Albert as an uncle if we had a woman as a mother. Ironic, isn't it? When you need a woman, why don't I just ask your mother?
Albert appears unseen in the doorway.
My mother wouldn't do it, would she?
How do we know?
Well, she hasn't seen me in 20 years. That's a pretty good indication.
No, it isn't. 20 years ago, she was a young girl, scared, broke. But now...
It's very unfair of you to try and talk Val into this, Armand. He has every reason not to...
You really think she'd do it? Wow. My mother.
Interior Catherine Archer's office. Uncluttered, tasteful. Catherine Archer sits behind a large glass desk. She's in her 40s, stunning, beautifully groomed. She's talking into a clear plastic phone.
Oh my God, Armand? I don't believe it. It's been 100 years. Where are you?
Interior, exterior, a yellow car whizzing along the freeway. Armand behind the wheel is talking on a cellular phone. Albert sits in the passenger seat, arms folded.
On the road. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Me too. All right, bye. She's going to see me. Why don't I drop you off at a cafe? I'll be back in 15 minutes.
that's all right. I'll go up with you. I'm sure there's a waiting room.
Interior office building corridor. The entire floor is taken up by the offices of the Archer Spa. Armand and Albert go through a door that says Catherine Archer, President. Interior outer office. Armand, Albert walk in. A secretary at a white lacquered desk looks up.
Miss Archer, please. Armand Goldman?
Go right in.
Interior Catherine Archer's office. She rises as Armand enters.
Army Goldman.
Katie Archer? Or is it Mrs. something?
No, I'm between husbands. Sit down. My God, I've thought about you so many times. Every time I saw an ad for the Birdcage. Are you still with Albert?
Yes, we're still together. And you've done very well.
Because of you. The money you gave me to start this place. You should have gotten stock for it.
I got Val for it. It was a fair trade.
How is he?
Fine. He wants to get married.
Married? How old is he?
He's 20.
20. My God, 20 years.
And today, for the first time, he really needs you.
Interior office building, waiting room day. Albert is checking his makeup in his compact mirror. The secretary watches him out of the corner of her eye. Catherine's voice comes over the intercom.
Amalda, cancel my appointments for tonight.
Interior Catherine's office day. She clicks off the intercom.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, really. I normally drink vegetable juice during business hours, but for this,
She takes out a bottle of champagne and 2 glasses.
let's drink to Senator Keeley's daughter and our Val. I'm afraid I haven't done much for him in the last 20 years.
Don't worry about it. Really.
I'm not exactly maternal.
I am. And Albert is almost abreast.
Val was lucky, wasn't he? What time tonight?
7 o'clock to be safe. We'll do a little show for them and send them on their way.
Do you remember the show we were in when we met?
Yes, very well. Love is in the air.
Different kinds.
Quite clearly, people everywhere
Out of their minds.
act queerly.
Wait. Wives are at their husband's service. Virgins are distinctly nervous.
Virgins are
distinctly nervous. Love
love
is going around.
Ah,
Together they reconstruct the routine.
life of a gypsy.
How handsome you were. How unavailable. And what a body.
Stop, you're embarrassing me.
You were so terrified. It was so sweet.
But I was going to have a heart attack. I mean, I walked in my room and there's a woman in my bed.
I paid the doorman $20. $20 in those days.
I was so drunk on champagne, I thought, what the hell? Why not just try it once with a woman and see what the straight guys are all raving about?
And how long did we last?
I know exactly how long. From 2:30 to 3:45 a.m. 2 times.
Exterior rest stop, Black Lincoln, Silver Escort parked day. Barbara sits in the car with the chauffeur, each wrapped in his own thoughts. After a moment, Senator and Mrs. Keeley comes out of the adjoining restroom, seconds apart, shaved, changed, and combed for dinner. They climb into the car and head for the highway where a big sign is visible, "Welcome to Florida." The Silver Escort follows. Interior Val's bedroom and part of the living room. Through the open door, we see a few of the girls putting on books on the shelves. Val stands at the mirror, his hand out.
Hi, I'm Val. Mrs. Archer, I'm Val. Hi, Mom. I'm Val. Mom. Senator and Mrs. Keeley. And Barbara, I'd like you to meet my mother. Mom, oh God, please let this work out.
Interior Catherine Archer's waiting room. Albert. He looks up at the clock, anxious, impatient, then begins drumming his fingers on his knee. Interior Catherine's office. Catherine, Armand. Armand is on the couch now, his jacket off, shirt damp. He's on his second glass of champagne and wipes his face.
You're incredible. You're in incredible shape. You can still dance.
So can you, Armand. So can you.
That feels good. So cool.
Where did all this hair come from? Wasn't your chest smooth?
Shaved it off for the show. I wanted to look so young.
It's so much nicer this way. So much more masculine. So much hair. Let me touch it. What a beautiful chain. Look how it glitters in that thick black nest of hair. Unbutton your shirt. I want to stroke your chest, your beautiful hairy chest.
Oh, careful with your nails. This shirt is silk organza. Oh, look, you see, pulled a thread.
The door suddenly flies open and Albert stands there with the secretary behind him. He stares at Armand and Catherine sprawled across the couch.
I'm sorry, Miss Archer. I couldn't stop him.
Albert turns and goes out.
Albert!
Exterior South Beach, day. Albert runs toward the yellow car, gets in, and drives off. Interior Armand's apartment, day. The room is somber now, almost morose. Agador stands on a stack of books, putting a huge crucifix above the mantel. The door opens and Armand enters.
Is Albert here?
No.
Great. Then he's driving back from Miami at 20 miles an hour with the parking brake on, and I had to take the fucking bus. Are we crucifying someone tonight?
Did you like it? I traded the most for head for it, and they threw in the books. It all goes back tomorrow.
Belle comes in holding a pile of tabloids, sees Armand, and stops.
Dad, what happened? Did you see her, my mother? Is she coming?
Yeah, she's coming.
Oh, okay. Woo!
Ah, there you see. It's all worked out.
They turn. Albert stands in the doorway.
I'm only here to get my toothbrush. Agador, will you? It's in the usual place. Oh, how I would have loved to have seen your children.
Shouldn't he be holding the crucifix? It's the prop of full martyrs.
Oh, yes. Another jibe. Another joke at my expense. You were probably laughing at me with Catherine, too. Well, why not? I'm not young, I'm not new, and everyone laughs at me. I'm quite aware of how ridiculous I am. And I've only been thinking that the only solution is to go where nobody is ridiculous, where everyone is equal. Goodbye, Armand.
Wait. Here, please don't go, Miss Albert.
Oh, my poor Agador. I'm leaving you my stereo, my red boots, and my wigs, my best wigs. I won't need them where I'm going.
All right, I'll buy it. Where are you going?
To Los Copa.
Los Copa? There isn't anything in Los Copa but a cemetery.
I know. That's why I'm packing light.
I see. You're going to the cemetery with your toothbrush.
Goodbye, Armand.
Miss Albert.
Shit.
All right. It will be better without an uncle.
Get up, Agador.
I'm praying.
Well, don't. You have to start dinner because I have to go after fucking Albert.
He slams out. Val stares at Agador.
Can you can cook, right?
Your father seems to think so.
Exterior South Beach bus station, Albert sits on a bench, eating from a bag of chocolate schnecken. Armand pulls up in the car and gets out, then walks over to the bench and sits with Albert.
You know, my cemetery is in Key Biscayne. I don't even know. It's the prettiest in the world. There are lovely trees, the sky is blue, there are birds. The one at Los Copa is really shitty. What a pain in the ass you are. And it's true. You're not young, you're not new. You do make people laugh. And me, I'm still with you because you make me laugh. So you know what I have to do? I have to sell my plot in Key Biscayne and get a plot beside yours in that shithole Los Copa to make sure I never miss a laugh. Here,
What's this?
read it.
I don't understand.
It's so difficult. It's the palimony papers. I told you I had them.
It says I have the right to give you half of everything I own.
Yes, I think it would be safer if something happens to one of us.
But who owns it now?
You do.
You've given me the club. And the apartment and everything.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want it.
Then give me half.
Oh, quick, give me a pen. I don't want all of this.
Here, sign it. Right there. We're partners. You legally own half my life, and I legally own half of yours.
But half of the club.
You think it matters? Take it all. I'm 50 years old. There's one place in the world I call home, and that's because you're there. So take it. What difference does it make if I let you stay or you let me stay?
Interior Catherine Archer's office, the secretary at her white desk. The phone rings, she picks it up.
Hello? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Goldman. She's left, but she always calls in. Uh-huh. Yes, I'll give her the message. Go ahead. Don't come.
We're at exterior Senator Keeley's Lincoln.
Yes.
Okay. Exterior Senator Keeley's Lincoln, driving day. The chauffeur is now at the wheel. Senator Keeley sits behind him, listening to a voice over the car radio. Radio voice.
And the Reverend Al Sharpton, in an interview today, said that Senator Jackson's last words, "Your money's on the dresser, chocolate," were racist and demeaning. The prostitute's given name is Natumbundra.
That idiot, Jackson. Now the blacks will start.
Harper's writing will disassociate us from all this, really. The Colemans are a perfect family. They've never even been divorced. Have they, Barbara?
No.
You see, we're on our way to salvation.
The sign up ahead says Miami, 80 miles. Close shot, Val, listening in horror to Armand's voice.
It was a question of Albert or your mother, so I had to choose.
The angle widens to reveal Armand's living room. Armand is adjusting his tie in a mirror.
And I chose Albert. You understand that, son. And why can't I get this damn thing even? Oh, the jacket will cover it. I look like grandfather in this suit, which I'm putting on right now. Dressed like this in every picture. He killed himself when he was 30. Right, any last instructions?
No, just don't talk too much. Don't walk unless you have to, and try not to gesture. It doesn't matter. It won't work.
It will. Don't be so damn negative. I think we can pull this off.
The bedroom door opens and Albert stands there wearing a severe dark suit. He walks in and sits down. He doesn't quite know what to do with himself.
What, no good? Why? I'm dressed the same way you are. I took off all my rings. I'm not wearing makeup. I'm just a guy.
What about those?
Oh, those. Well, one does want a hint of color. Why? What are you thinking? You're thinking that dressed this way, I'm even more obvious, aren't you? Oh, you hate me. I so wanted to help you, and you both hate me.
He turns and walks with dignity back into the bedroom.
Oh, God. Albert, we don't hate you.
Val stands alone, his face a tragic mask, and then Agador, dressed in a dark suit but barefoot, comes in from the kitchen and begins setting the table.
She works hard for the money. She works hard for it, honey.
Put your shoes on. It's getting late.
There's no point in my putting shoes on. I never wear shoes because they make me fall.
Oh my God, go put your shoes on, Agador, and talk in your normal voice and just give me a break, please.
All right.
He bustles out. The phone begins ringing. Val sits to listen to it, absently, then suddenly looks at it with real hope.
Maybe they're dead. You know I don't mean that. What's happening to me?
The answer phone clicks on. Catherine's voice says,
Armand, this is Catherine. I'm in the car, and I just got a message telling me not to come tonight, and I wanted to check.
It's a mistake. He said not to come late. I was there.
Interior, exterior, highway, a BMW driving, dusk. Catherine steers the traffic as she speaks, crosscut.
Oh, I'm so glad. I thought my secretary got it wrong. I should be there in half an hour. Is this Val?
Yes.
Val, I wanted you to know how happy I am that I can do this for you. But I know it's a little late.
Armand's apartment.
No, it's fine. Thank you for this. See you in a half hour. Mom.
What?
Val turns. Armand has come into the room. Val quickly turns her phone ringer off.
What?
What did you say? See you in a half an hour. Mom? Was that?
Yes, and there's no way to call her back. She's in the car.
Oh, Christ, are you crazy? Albert is totally hysterical now. Do you know what he'll do if Catherine walks in this house?
Nothing. He won't embarrass me. He won't embarrass me, Pop. I couldn't tell her not to come. She's my mother, and she'll make the evening work. I mean, without her, I'm screwed. And you know it.
So this is how. There's a crucifix in it.
Interior Keeley's Lincoln dusk. The chauffeur is driving. The Keeleys peer out the window at the gaudy strip. The sign says no cruising when yellow light is flashing.
This is less like Palm Beach than I imagined.
It was all sand when they bought here. This just grew around them while they were in Greece.
Interior Armand's apartment. Val, Armand, staring at the bedroom door. Armand tries it. It's locked.
If you're lucky, you won't come out at all. I'm not religious, and I'm Jewish, but if everything goes all right tonight, I'll buy you.
The doorbell rings.
I'm in. And speaking of Jewish, Barbara told her parents our last name is Coleman.
What?
The doorbell rings. Again, Agador runs in wearing shoes, trips, and falls.
Thanks.
Agador opens the door. The Keeleys stand there.
Good evening. I'm Spartacus, the Goldman's butler.
Perfect.
Goldman?
Oldman. Spartacus is
Guatemalan.
new.
Val, this is my father and mother. This is Val Coleman.
Coleman or Coldman?
Or Coleman. The D is silent.
My father.
How do you do?
My daughter, Barbara.
Delighted.
My husband.
Extremely honored.
He thrusts his hand out from the shoulder, his wrist rigid. Senator Keeley blinks at the Frankenstein-like gesture, then holds out his own hand. They shake.
You have a forceful handshake, Mr. Coleman.
Well, you have to in Greece.
There's a tiny pause.
My mother won't be here for another 10 or 15 minutes. She's visiting my grandparents in Palm Beach and the traffic.
Oh, isn't that nice to have contact between generations?
Yes. Won't you come in?
Armand leads him into the living room, walking slowly and stiffly. They watch his tortured progress.
How's your leg, Dad? My father has an old football injury.
Ah, I thought I recognized a fellow suffered. Where did you play?
Miami U.
Greece.
What an interesting room. Oh, I love it. Oh, look, Mother. Isn't this room nice?
Agador limps in with a bottle of champagne in a bucket. He's having great difficulty walking in his shoes.
Ah, here we go. Champagne for everyone.
And a scotch if you have it.
There's a little thunk from the bedroom. The Keeleys turn.
Is someone else home?
Just our dog, Piranha. We lock her in when there's company.
There's a sudden explosion as Agador opens a champagne bottle and the cork flies across the room. Agador and Armand squeal. Val takes the bottle from Agador. Val takes the bottle from Agador.
What'd you say, Val? I didn't quite catch that.
Then I'll finish pouring. You take care of dinner.
Agador teeters out. Val pours.
He's a brilliant chef, but he still has a lot to learn about serving. Where could my wife be?
Exterior causeway open. Catherine's BMW in traffic. The bridge is up. Through the windshield, we see Catherine pick up her cellular phone, then take out several sips of paper. Interior Armand's apartment. Night. Barbara and Val are talking now, their voices shrill and forced.
He was like so weird.
Yes, very, very pleasant vacation house. Oh. Yes, very, very pleasant vacation house. I like it. Severity.
Actually, Dad uses this place more for work and reflection than anything else. It's not so much a vacation house as
monastery.
Yes.
Well, it's just charming. And what lovely old books. Nancy Drew and The Case of the Burning Candle. Oh, you have the whole series.
What? Yes. They're my mother's.
Sit down, please. Please.
They sit on the massively soft couch in rigid Gothic chairs.
Shall we have some champagne to celebrate?
Oh, how nice.
Agador.
Spartacus!
Agador Spartacus. He insists on being called by his full name. Bring in the champagne.
Agador limps out. Val and Armand sit smiling at the Keeleys. They are soaked with sweat. Exterior of the Birdcage. Night. The silver Escort is parked in front of the curb behind the black Lincoln. The chauffeur sits inside. Radman talks to the chauffeur through the window, then walks over to the corner where the photographer stands snapping pictures.
They went in around the corner.
The photographer looks where Radman is pointing.
That's the side entrance to this building. I wonder if it leads to the club.
Let's check it out.
Interior Armand's living room. Night. They sit in the same position we left them.
Such a responsibility. 2 houses. How long ago did you buy this one?
Ooh, about 15 years ago. Of course, the area was mostly Jewish then.
Really? Barbara was telling us it was mostly sand.
Yes, well, you know the old saying, where there's sand.
Oh, I really was.
Old. Back to 76. Agador limps in with a grotto of champagne in a bucket. He's having great difficulty walking in his shoes.
Here we go. Champagne for everyone.
And a scotch if you have it.
There's a little thunk from the bedroom. The Keeleys turn.
Is someone else home?
That's just our dog, Piranha. We lock her in there when there's company.
There's a sudden explosion as Agador opens a champagne bottle and the cork flies across the room. Agador and Armand squeal. Val takes the bottle from Agador.
Finish pouring. You take care of dinner.
Agador teeters out. Val pours.
He's a brilliant chef, but he still has a lot to learn about serving. Where could my wife be?
Exterior of the causeway open. Catherine's BMW in traffic. The bridge is up. Through the windshield, we see Catherine pick up her cellular phone, then take out several slips of paper. Interior Armand's apartment. Night. Barbara and Val are talking now, their voices shrill and forced.
He was like so weird.
Yeah, I really was. I was all like, will you marry me? And she was all like, excuse me? But aren't you the guy who said, no way before 30?
They laugh loudly.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Yes, it does sound funny.
There's another thunk from the bedroom. The Keeleys' eyes dart toward the door.
Did you have a good trip, Senator?
What? Yes. Good trip. Very nice. We decided to drive here to see the seasons change. A long trip down through Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. But it's just so magical to me to come from the north where it's cold to the south where it's warm and see the tremendous differences from region to region, this incredible country of ours. My wife and I used to drive down to Virginia every autumn to see the foliage turn. Virginia has amazing foliage, although I think the foliage in Ohio is underrated. It's just dazzling along I-75.
There's a sudden series of clicks, and Catherine's voice comes over the answer phone. Val and Armand remain motionless, their eyes fixed expectantly on the senator's face. After a moment of uncertainty, the senator goes on.
Just dazzling, but we would drive to Virginia just to get away for a while, you know.
It's Catherine.
See the wonderful
Armand?
farms and
Val?
countryside, just beautiful. The hills.
Albert? Someone? Oh, shit. Listen, I'm stuck in traffic. Can you start dinner without me?
Val, who has risen and backed toward the door, toward the answer phone without ever looking away from Senator Keeley, now clicks it off.
The mountains. Talk about Purple Mountain's majesty. Just fantastic. Red leaves, purple mountains, green fields, and the roads, black. Just cutting through the green, all the colors, the trees. Pennsylvania's nice too.
There's another pause. Then suddenly...
Was that my wife just now on the phone? I think it was. I was just so caught up. Val, was that Mom?
Yes, she's stuck and she wants us to start dinner without her. I should have picked up, but I didn't want to interrupt the senator's story.
Wow, wasn't that good?
It was wonderful. But, well, I'd better tell Agador Spartacus the news.
He begins to swish to his feet. Val leaps to his side.
Let me help you, Dad. Will you excuse us?
Val leads him out of the room onto the patio. Night.
I've never had so much go so wrong so quickly. This is like a curse.
What do we do? Should we try and wait for her to go? God, this is awful.
Living room. Senator Keeley is speaking softly to his wife.
Something odd is going on here.
It's this thing with Jackson. The wife probably doesn't want to be in the same room with us. And the father's a nervous wreck.
Oh, no. I'm sure that's not it.
There's something else. Something about the father and the butler. I can't put my finger on.
Nothing. Why must you always think the worst? Val's mother is just a little...
Hey, excuse me.
Val and Armand have returned. Val looks ashen. Armand looks glazed.
Well, let's give her half an hour, and then if she isn't...
Oh, here I am!
They turn. Albert stands there wearing a wig that has been trimmed and sprayed into submission. There's a little stole around his shoulders, and he's carrying a purse. Armand and Val watch, frozen.
Please forgive me for being so late, but the traffic was unbelievable. Senator Keeley, Mrs. Keeley, I'm so happy to meet you at last. And you must be Barbara. What a pretty child. Come here and give me a hug. Don't be afraid. Oh, how adorable. She's shy.
It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Coleman.
Goldman.
I thought the D was silent.
Oh, it is pronounced Coleman, isn't it? We had some confusion.
Oh, yes, Coleman. The D is silent in America. It's Côte d'Isle, Oman, or Col of the Isle of Man in France, where Armand's chateau is, and Col de Man in Greece, where Armand's work is, and finally, the vulgar Coleman in Florida, where Armand's house is. So actually, we didn't know where we are until we hear our last name pronounced.
Oh, I see. Well, that explains it.
Yes, at last.
I think I would love to hug you, Miss Coleman.
Interior, a small local newsroom in New England night. Camera tracks with a man, the TV reporter, as he walks across the floor into a small tape edit room, where a producer and a tape editor are going over the footage of Senator Keeley that was shot the night before. The producer looks up at the reporter and enters.
Take a look. We're going through footage for the special on Jackson. Can you pump up the sound?
On screen, the chauffeur reaches through the gate and takes some bills from Radman. There's a hiss and crackle as the images speak.
Where are you driving in?
South Beach, Florida.
Return to tape edit room. The editor hits a switch. The frame freezes.
Where'd we get this? Keeley's house last night. Shooting cutaways. The fat guy is with the Inquirer. Harry Radman. Oh yeah, preparing. My God, he put on so much weight since the Simpson case. Maybe they should go to the network.
Interior Armand's living room night. They're all chatting, much more relaxed now, except for Val and Armand.
Just wonderful that what you've done here. Everything's so simple and uncluttered. Our place is just a sea of papers. You men, you are just the biggest babies. They can run the world, but they can't pick out a tie.
I know. I can't get this big lug to buy a new suit.
Armand, they're picking on us.
Yep.
Well, bless them. That's the way nature made them. Maybe I'm just an old-fashioned girl, but I pity the woman who's too busy to stay home and take care of her man.
Barbara stiffens. Senator Keeley raises his glass.
Here, here. God, it's so nice to meet people like you.
Exterior side entrance, Armand's building. Radman is peering at the card above the bell, speaking into a cellular phone.
Coleman. No. First name on the bell. You're sure? They can't find him.
What about the name on the club? Goldman. Coleman and Goldman are pretty damn close.
You're right. Wouldn't that be something? Try Goldman, Armand Goldman.
Interior Armand's living room. Barbara, Val, and Armand are rigid. Only the Keeleys and the Alberts are at ease.
Just so odd to me, this fuss over school prayer, as if anyone, Jews, Muslims, whatever, would mind if their children prayed in the classroom.
Oh, it's insane.
Agador walks in with a bucket of ice, sees Albert, and collapses into hysterical laughter.
Thank you, Agador Spartacus. You may go.
Agador puts the ice bucket down and exits.
Oh, he's very nice, but he's such a problem. We never know what makes him laugh.
At least he speaks English. If you knew how many chauffeurs we've run through in the last 6 months.
Oh, if you knew how many maids we've run through in the last 6 years, I could name a dozen. Rodney, Julian, Bruce.
Oh, look! You all need more ice in your drinks.
He picks up the ice bucket and tongs and makes his way around the room, dropping ice in their glasses.
You know, I really have such a good feeling about you people. Not a lot of clever books on the shelves, not a lot of fancy art on the walls, just a crucifix and a lot of good, warm family feeling. This is what Clinton didn't understand when he started on school prayer and gazed in the military.
And more ice for you.
Oh, now there's an idiotic issue. Gays in the military. I mean, those haircuts, those uniforms, who cares?
No, Mom, you shouldn't be talking about things you don't know about. Please.
Don't patronize your mother, Val. She's an amazingly intelligent woman. I think homosexuality...
And a lot more ice for you.
Love some ice, Dad, please.
...is one of the things that's weakening this country.
You know, that's what I thought until I found out Alexander the Great was a big old gay. Talk about gays in the military.
How about those dolphins?
They stare at him. He drops the ice bucket.
I'll get it.
Senator Keeley suddenly puts his drink down.
Look, I think we've been skirting an issue that has Mr. Coleman very nervous, and I don't blame him. I know you've heard the terrible news about Senator Jackson, how he died.
Oh, that, yes. What an ugly story. Of course, we don't believe a word of it.
What do you mean?
Well, he was obviously framed, and I, for one, would like an autopsy.
Mom?
That's just what Rush Limbaugh said.
God.
Excuse me.
He hurries out and into the kitchen. Armand staggers in and quickly puts his head between his knees. Agador hands him a drink. He tosses it back.
I've never felt such tension. It's like riding a psychotic horse toward a burning stable.
Dinner will be late. I just had so little time to chop.
But the girl's nice, and I went to Val. Growing up the way you did, it couldn't have been easy.
I'm really sorry about laughing at Miss Albert. It was just that tear-do.
Fuck it. It's one night. I can live through it.
He turns and walks back into interior living room night, just in time to hear.
Of course, it's very wrong to kill an abortion doctor.
Armand clenches his heart.
Dad?
I'm here, son.
But many pro-lifers, I don't agree with them, but many sincerely believe that stopping the doctors will stop the abortions.
Oh, well, that's just ridiculous. The doctors are just doing their jobs. If you're going to kill someone, kill the mothers. That'll stop them.
There's a moment of sudden silence.
Dear, may I see you for a moment?
Oh, I know what you're going to say. If you kill the mother, the fetus dies too. But the fetus is going to be aborted anyway, so why not let it go with the ship?
I really must see you. Now.
Excuse me.
He rises and follows Armand out the room. Follows Armand out of the room. There is complete silence.
I assure you, my mother is just following out of chain of thought to its logical and absurd conclusion. Very much the way Jonathan Swift did when he suggested the Irish peasants feed their babies to the rich.
I don't know anything about Jonathan Swift, but I know one thing about your mother. She's a passionate woman who follows her heart, and I just love her.
Exterior Armand's building, the side entrance. Radman is on the phone. The photographer is snapping pictures.
So in other words, Goldman owns the club and lives above it and owns the building, and he's gay. We're in Inquirer heaven.
Interior large newsroom, national station. Around a big open set with a bank of telephones and a glass window where the executive producer sits, talking on the phone. A middle-aged man with glasses, editor, stands next to him, waiting patiently. Black Lincoln with Ohio plates. Got it? Well, it's a small area. If he's there, they'll spot him. Kevin Keeley slipped off to South Beach and the National Enquirer's tracking him. Call Miami and tell them to get on it. This could be real news. Interior Armand's apartment. Armand is at the piano playing I Could Have Danced All Night. Albert is dancing with Senator Keeley and singing in his ear. Val is dancing with Barbara. Mrs. Keeley is sitting on the bench with Armand singing. Angle on Barbara and Val.
Still have begged for more.
Beautiful.
A thousand things. Okay.
Never done
Before.
Take it away, Barbara.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I hope your mother knows I'm going to have a career after we're married.
Barbara, Albert is not my mother. He's a drag queen.
That's right, that's right. He just sounds so much like your mother.
They arrive at the last line of the song. Agador steps into the doorway and finishes with them.
I could have danced all night.
A lovely voice you have, Atticus Spartacus.
Thank you. Dinner is served.
Senator Keeley offers Albert his arm. Barbara and Mrs. Keeley follow. Val looks at Armand.
Go on in. I'm going to write a note to Catherine and tape it to the door. Go on.
Val goes reluctantly into Armand's dining room. The guests stand at the table. Through the open doorway, we can see Armand rushing around looking for a piece of paper to write on.
And Mrs. Keeley there, and the senator on my left, and Val over there. Please sit.
You are the most gracious hostess.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm having such a wonderful time.
Interior living room, Armand has now found a pad and is tearing a sheet of paper off it. Through the open door, we see and hear the others.
And this is just what I've always dreamed of, a big, loving family gathered around the table, just the way it was when I was a girl.
Armand looks up incredulously.
Yes, that's how we grew up too.
Oh, it was a wonderful world then, wasn't it? Happy families and everyone speaking English, and no drugs and no AIDS.
Easy on the wine, Mom.
Mm?
What interesting china. It looks like young men playing together. Is it Greek?
Armand freezes.
I have no idea. I've never seen these bowls before.
Really? Barbara, get my glasses, will you, dear? They're in my purse on the sofa.
Barbara rises and flies into the living room toward the sofa, nearly colliding with Armand, who's racing toward the kitchen. Armand's dining room. Mrs. Keeley is squinting at her unused soup bowl. Senator Keeley is searching through his pockets.
Where are my glasses? It is Greek. Greek boys, actually. Naked Greek boys.
Oh, and girls. And girls, don't you have any girls on your bowl?
I have one.
Oh, so do I. Look, Senator Kitty, there. I think that's a girl.
Huh. Then it's been a long time since you've seen one. That's a boy. I may need glasses, but I can still see that.
Barbara darts in holding her mother's purse.
I couldn't find the glasses. Maybe left them in the car.
I must have mine somewhere.
Interior Armand's kitchen night. Agador is ladling soup into a large tureen. Armand stands holding the handles. Agador drops some shrimp in.
Hurry, you idiot. You're sitting there looking at the bowls now. What kind of moron sits at the table without looking at the bowls? Stop ladling. Just give me the pot.
Interior Armand's dining room night. Senator Keeley is now checking his pants pockets.
This drives me so damn crazy. Wait, here they are. Now let's look and see what these Greeks are doing.
He looks down at the bowl just as Armand sweeps in and ladles the soup into it.
Here we go. We're in luck. Some of Agador's superb soup.
He ladles the soup into Mrs. Keeley's bowl.
And it's his specialty. Seafood chowder.
Isn't that a hard-boiled egg?
What? Yeah, what? Yes, it is. This is so Guatemala. They put hard-boiled eggs in everything down there. Well, chicken is so important to them. It's their only real currency. A woman is said to be worth her weight in hens. A man's wealth is measured by the size of his cock. Do you have soup? Yes. Would you... Excuse me.
Interior kitchen, Armand storms in. Agador stands, clutching a dish towel.
What the hell are you serving us?
Sweet and sour peasant soup. I don't know why you called it seafood chowder.
What sweet and sour peasant soup?
I don't know. I made it up.
God, this is a nightmare.
Interior Armand's dining room night. They're eating their soup in a new, slightly awkward silence. Armand is not at the table. Val keeps glancing toward the kitchen at his watch.
Where are you staying in Florida?
With the bushes on Fisher Island. The Jeb bushes.
Oh, Fisher Island. Such a lovely spot. My parents lived on Fisher Island until they died.
Val shakes his head violently.
Weren't you just visiting your parents in Palm Beach?
What? Yes. Now that they're dead, they've moved. We're moved because my mother always said, live on Fisher Island, get buried in Palm Beach. That way you'll have the best of Florida.
Excuse me.
He rushes into the kitchen. Night. Agador is weeping in the corner. Armand stands with his forehead pressed against the wall.
Dad, got to get in there. Everything's going to hell.
He breaks off as Armand turns and looks at him with insane eyes.
He didn't make an entree.
What do you mean? You mean we just have the soup?
Peasant soup is an entree. It's like a stew. That's why I put so much in it.
Shut up. Here. It's a note for Catherine. Put it on the outside door. I have to get back before they eat enough to see the bottom of the bowl.
I had an hour to chop. I had a million things to do.
Shut up. Right. All right. Stop crying. It's done. God damn you. Why are you standing there? Go. She'll be here any minute.
Oh, man.
Exterior street night, Catherine's BMW. As it passes, the no cruising when light is flashing. She looks at her watch, shakes her head. Exterior South Beach night, a white van with letters WXLT on the side, moving slowly down the street. Interior, exterior white van night. A young editor and his pretty blonde assistant, Faye. The editor is driving. The blonde peers out the window with a slip of paper clutched in her hand. The editor suddenly straightens.
Up ahead, see if the black Lincoln has an Ohio plate.
Where?
The chauffeur leaning against it.
Oh, that's it. Pull over.
They pull into the only parking space on the street, in between the silver Escort and the black Lincoln, just as Catherine's BMW U-turns to get the same space. The editor sticks his head out of the window.
Sorry.
Catherine swears softly, U-turns again and inches forward, looking for another parking space. Exterior Armand's building side entrance night. Val, saving the note to the front door. He peers down the street anxiously, then opens the door and darts back in. The moment he is gone, Radman and the cameraman step out of the shadows. Radman grabs the note.
Catherine, whatever you do, don't go upstairs. I'll call you tomorrow. Armand. This is going to be great.
Interior dining room night. They're just finishing the soup. Val's chair is still empty. Keely's eyes keep darting toward it.
And from that day on, they decided to look for a cemetery that they really loved instead of eating tofu. Daddy favored Key Biscayne, but Mummy was afraid of developers.
Senator Keeley?
He leaps up with the turn.
No.
Armand ladles in another bowl full.
Thank you. No more after this. I don't want to get too full.
No fear of that. Mrs. Keeley?
She puts her hands over a bowl as Armand approaches.
No, really. I'm saving myself for the main course.
Oh, but I thought you understood.
He lowers the ladle and, in a daring move, begins to tilt it. Mrs. Keeley whips her hands out of the way just as the liquid cascades into her bowl.
This is the main course. In the Guatemalan jungle, peasant soup represents a coming together, or pot de feu. Everything in one pot. Actually, everyone in one pot, as they say in Hagdor's little village on bath night. But seriously, when two families are about to unite, they dine together on peasant soup for the first meal, to symbolize that they're both going to be in the same
pot.
Yes.
Oh, that's so incredible. Don't you think that's incredible, Dad?
Yes.
And this is such a great dish. Don't you think so, Mom?
Yes. What gives the soup greens their Swedish taste?
Pineapple.
Val sprints in breathlessly.
Well, just in time for dessert. Did you get everything done?
Yes.
Then shall we have our coffee in the living room?
They stop in mid-mouthful, then put their spoons and get to their feet. Exterior the Birdcage night. The white van is parked behind the black Lincoln. Faye, the blonde assistant, is standing at the curb with Keely's chauffeur handing him money. A few feet away, the young editor stands talking excitedly on a cell phone. Exterior street night. Catherine's BMW. The street is darker, the music distant. Catherine finishes parking, her rear and front bumpers touching the car on either side. She opens the door and nearly falls out, then looks at her watch and starts running. Interior Armand's living room night. They are seated on the couch drinking coffee and eating the cake that was supposed to say, "To my piglet," from his uncle. Barbara looks haggard. Deval is dazed. Armand's suit is crumpled, his collar crushed, his tie out. Albert's lipstick has melted, but they are still working.
So, what do you think about these kids getting married?
Well, of course, she's only 18 and he's only 20, and so naturally.
There's a sudden blast of music, OS, and we hear the opening number begin downstairs.
Good God, that sounds like it's coming from downstairs.
It is. It must be from the nightclub on the corner. This must be the same building.
Oh, you're joking. I've always thought that was someone's television set.
No, Mother. You know we live above a nightclub. My wife has traveled all over the world with me, but deep down, she's still the same little girl from Grover's Corners.
Yes, I'm afraid I am a bit naive.
Don't you be ashamed of Grover's Corners, Mrs. Coleman. It may not be a chateau in France, but it's a damn good place to call home.
They look at him, taken aback by his intensity. The music is quite loud now, and there is a slight vibration coming from the dancing.
Oh, thank you. I will remember that. Of course, Armand is much more sophisticated than I am, but he comes from good stock, as do these two youngsters.
Barbara sees the wig and jumps in front of Albert.
Where's the bathroom?
I'll show you.
No, I want Mother Coleman to show me.
Oh, my dear child.
Armand suddenly sees Albert's crooked wig, leaps up and grasps Albert's head in his hands, trying to straighten it.
One kiss?
Armand, I'm only going to the bathroom.
The wig is now slightly worse. Val moves to the other side of Albert.
Oh, we'll all go. That's a pretty tough door to handle since the paint job.
Well, I think you're all crazy. My men.
Albert starts toward the bathroom with Armand and Val crowded in on either side of him, their arms around his waist. Barbara leans her cheek against Albert's as they walk, covering him from the front.
So wonderful. All of us together. All of us. I don't know the word.
Oh, I think I'm going to cry. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy.
He begins to weep as they walk him out of the room. The Keeleys sit staring after them.
Something very strange is going on here.
I know.
That dinner, and I know there was something on those bowls, and the sun disappearing like that while we were eating?
I know just what's going on.
You do?
Of course I do. It's the oldest story in the world.
What is it?
She's a small town girl, and he's a pretentious European, the worst kind, with his cold or whatever and his decadent china. Oh, I've seen this before. Aristotle Onassis was like this, and all the French, especially Mitterrand, and the English, not Margaret Thatcher, of course, but you can't tell me John Major doesn't have something on the side and she just can't handle it.
Who?
Mrs. Coleman.
Why do you care about John Major?
Oh, no, Mrs. Coleman can't handle her marriage to him, to Coleman with his nasty little European traditions and his snobbery and that dig about Grover's Corners.
Kevin, you're rambling.
Well, it makes me furious to see the contempt he has for her. Did you see him while she was talking? He looked almost frightened. And the son is patronizing, too, in that fake European courtliness, one kiss, the way he bowed when he was introduced to you. He doesn't even let her run the house. He's in the kitchen, and he serves. And he tells that beige savage what to do.
Interior bedroom, Albert, Armand, Barbara, Val. Albert is weeping in earnest now, his wig askew. Masses of hair strewn around the dressing table indicate that what the wig once was. Armand, Val, and Barbara search through the drawers and shelves.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've ruined everything.
Don't be silly. No one even noticed the wig. Where the hell is the spirit come?
No, they carted everything out of here.
Brett, let's try it. If you don't move your head too much, it might work.
Oh, thank you. You're a very sweet girl. Oh, Val, I'm so sorry.
Interior living room night. The Keeleys are standing now, their faces tight with anger.
Well, I noticed you didn't have this kind of blind sympathy for poor Bessie Jackson.
Bessie Jackson is an insensitive cow. This woman is a lady. For God's sakes, I don't understand you. She's going to be your in-law, too.
Well, if you think he's so terrible, maybe Barbara should just marry his son.
I don't think he's terrible in that way. I mean, he's not going to get mixed up in some stupid scandal. Europeans are like Republicans. They don't sleep with women who go on a current affair, except for that moron Jackson.
I don't think I've ever seen you before.
What do you mean?
I don't even know who you are. You weren't even worried about Barbara. Just your career and poor little Mrs. Coleman.
Oh, please. You're just as worried about my career as I am. You're the one who pushed for this marriage, and Barbara can handle that boy. She's a modern woman, tough as nails. But Mrs. Coleman cries if we call her mother. She's that vulnerable. My God, it just breaks my heart. They don't make women like that anymore.
There's a knock on the door. A breathless voice calls.
Hello? I'm home. I forgot my key.
Who is it?
It's Val's mother. Mrs. Goldman? Is Armand there?
There's a pause.
Val's
Mrs.
mother.
Goldman?
Hello? Armand? Open up.
So this is the whole story. This son of a bitch has a live-in mistress.
Agador stumbles in hurriedly.
You're in the wrong house.
Coming.
Agador and Mrs. Keeley both race to the door. Mrs. Keeley wins easily. She opens it. Catherine stands there. Agador leaps forward.
Good evening. May I take your purse? As usual. Or for the first time?
Thank you.
She hands it to him and then turns to the Keeleys.
You must be Senator and Mrs. Keeley. Catherine Goldman. I'm delighted to meet you. Please forgive me for being so terribly late, but
She breaks off as Albert's voice rings out.
Oh, sorry to take so long, but Barbara wanted to say that.
They turn as Albert sweeps in from the bedroom, wig secured, followed by Val, Armand, and Barbara. They stop as they see Catherine.
What is she doing here?
Let me explain.
Yes, explain to all of us. I don't want to embarrass this lovely lady, but exactly how many mothers does your son have?
What?
This woman has just introduced herself as Val's mother. How many mothers does Val have?
There's a pause, and then Val steps forward.
Just one.
He walks over to Albert and takes off the wig.
This is my mother.
Senator Keeley stands staring at Albert blankly. Mrs. Keeley shrinks back. Albert bursts into tears. Val puts his arm around him.
My father owns the nightclub downstairs. My mother is the star. Agador's real name is Jake. He's from New Jersey.
Senator Keeley.
Yeah.
What?
We lied to you, Barbara and I, and everybody lied for us. These are my parents.
And this is my wife. And this is the lady who had Val.
Nice to meet you, Catherine.
Very nice, Val. You've done a good job.
Thank you. We're very proud of him.
I don't understand.
Wait a minute. The nightclub downstairs, he owns it. You mean he's not a cultural attaché?
No, he's not married to a housewife. And their name isn't Coleman. It's Goldman. They're Jewish.
I don't understand.
He's a man. They're both men.
He can't be. You can't be Jewish.
Kevin, this is a man.
What?
Oh, shoot. I lost the page.
112.
Thank you. Don't you understand? They're gay. They own the drag club downstairs. They're two men.
I just want you to know, Senator Keeley, that I meant every word I said to you about a return to family values and a stricter moral code.
I feel like I'm insane.
Look, it's very simple. Armand and I were together one night.
You cried. You said I don't.
Kevin, nothing's changed. It's still me, with one tiny difference.
I don't understand.
I'll explain it to you in the car. Let's go. Barbara?
No, I'm not coming.
Don't do this to me, Barbara. I may not be as vulnerable as Mrs. Coleman, but I still have feelings. Somebody has to like me best.
They stare at her. She sobs wildly. Senator Keeley shakes his head as if waking from a dream, then goes over to her.
Take it easy, Louise. Barbara, we're leaving. I want you to come with us.
Daddy, please.
Barbara, I've made your mother cry. I'm coming up for re-election. We're in the middle of a scandal, and I'm in the home of a gay couple who own a drag club. Now, I understand that you want to get married, but how many lives do you want to ruin to do it?
Barbara looks at her father and her weeping mother, then helplessly at Val and Armand and Albert.
I would have really liked to have you as my family.
She goes quickly to her father. He opens the door, then turns to Albert.
I just want to say, Mr. Whatever your name is, that I hope this won't influence your vote.
Senator Keeley.
Senator Keeley jumps, startled, and his hands shoot up in front of his face. A flashbulb goes off. He leaps back in and slams the door.
Oh, no.
Interior Armand's hallway. Night. Radman and the photographer stand near the top of the stairs.
Did you get him?
No, I would have if you hadn't said Senator Keeley.
I was trying to make him turn.
Exterior street outside the Birdcage. Night. There is a WXLT van parked outside and a cameraman setting up lights. Another van with the lights WLLS draws up to the corner. A crewman jumps out and calls to the blonde assistant, Faye.
What's the story?
If you don't know, what are you doing here?
We got a call that you were here.
Exterior second entrance. Night. As Radman and the photographer come out of the door and stand staring bitterly at the corner.
Vultures.
Interior Armand's bedroom. Night. Senator Keeley lies stretched out on the chase. Yeah, on the chase. Mrs. Keeley applies ice to the back of his neck. Barbara stands weeping in the corner in Val's arms. Armand sits brooding in a chair. Agador passes a bottle around. Catherine sits eating a bowl of soup. Albert is at the window.
Another television van just arrived, and a car. It says Florida Eagle. Oh, that's just print news.
They have a great headline. Senator Jackson and his women, Senator Keeley and his men.
But it's perfectly innocent. You just came to meet the parents of the boy Barbara wants to marry, and you didn't know.
Louise, the people of this country they're not interested in details. They don't even trust details. They just trust headlines.
Well, if I could put my 2 cents in, they don't have a thing on you. It's their word against yours that you're even here.
Well, they will have something on me because at some point I'll have to leave. People will notice if I'm never seen again. More candy.
There's a short, brooding pause.
Another TV crew, and they're going into the club. Wouldn't you know it, the one night I don't perform.
Can I get anyone some soup?
There's a quick
No.
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 Who
Catherine.
made this?
I did.
And it's wonderful.
Daddy, I'm sorry.
I know.
Another a shot, Senator?
I don't really drink.
Now is it time to pretend?
Armand clicks the TV monitor on. We hear Cyril's voice.
And now we end as we begin. Our first number is our last number. We are family. I got all my sisters and me.
Dad, couldn't the Keeleys slip out with the audience at the end of the show?
No, they're waiting for that. They'll be recognized in 2 seconds.
Not necessarily.
Interior Armand's apartment bedroom night. Keely in full drag sitting in front of the dressing table, facing away from the mirror. Albert in a suit is finishing his lips.
There. Now remember, the first time is always a big shock. Ready? Turn.
Albert spins him around. He stares at himself.
Oh my God.
Mrs. Keeley enters with Barbara and shrieks. Both women are wearing costumes. All three gasp.
Is that you, Louise?
Yes. It's terrifying, Kevin.
I know. I told them white would make me look fat.
Interior of the Birdcage, backstage, Armand talking into the mic.
A big hand for our girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Angle the house. The girls are trooping on stage 2 by 2. Armand's voice continues over the shot.
As we come to the end of our show, you are family too. Please sing along.
There is applause. Scattered through the audience are newsmen, reporters, and a few photographers, their eyes darting around the darkened club searching for their prey. Suddenly, several of the newsmen stiffen as Armand comes from backstage and begins making his way through the club.
Who's that?
Well, it's not Kevin Keeley.
Their eyes follow him as he pauses to speak to the drag queen at the cash register, Jaja, and 2 other drag queens who work in the house. Angle on. Armand, Jaja, 2 other drag queens, as they head briskly back toward the stage and disappear through the door. Exterior, the Birdcage night. Another truck pulls up. The media is now divided between the inside of the club, the outside of the club, and the side entrance. Senator Keeley's chauffeur stands by the Lincoln taking money from a man in a windbreaker. There's a small line of newsmen behind him, each holding a wad of bills. Exterior, side entrance night. Bradman from the Enquirer and his photographer are squeezed near the front of a small horde of newsmen.
How long do you think these guys will wait?
As long as it takes. There's no story if they don't get him coming out.
Interior of the Birdcage night. In the house, the newsmen glance at their watches, shifting impatiently as, on stage, Armand, Jaja, the other 2 drag queens, Cyril and Albert, stream in from the wings and join the girls as they begin dancing down the stairs into the house. There are excited cries from the crowd. Angle on, 2 newsmen watching the girls mingle with the audience.
Great.
I hate shows that do this.
Angle Faye, the blonde newswoman, the young editor, as some of the girls dance past.
The show is really assaultive.
Yeah, interesting.
Angle on, Senator Keeley in the house, sashaying around the tables, mouthing indistinguishable lyrics offbeat, pretending to sing.
And we don't think birds to feather.
Angle Armand. He stops beside Val and says softly,
Keep on moving toward the door.
Angle Mrs. Keeley, a customer, dancing. He's extremely handsome Latino.
I've never danced with a man before.
There's always a first time.
Angle, Senator Keeley, Barbara. They're the only ones no one has asked to dance.
Who will dance with me in this dress? I told them white would make me look fat.
Angle, Senator Keeley, as he dances past the chauffeur and whispers to him.
Meet me in 20 minutes on the corner of El Dorado and Palm.
Lady, not for $1 million.
Mrs. Keeley shoves the senator into the car. The door slams. The car drives off into the night. The movie continues under the final credits. Interior, a New England church. A wedding is about to begin. On the right side of the church, Mrs. Keeley sits with the friends and relatives, all wealthy, tastefully groomed, traditionally dressed, and barely able to keep their eyes off the left side of the church, where Albert and Armand sit with their friends and relatives, Catherine, the Goldman girls, Tony and his wife, the greengrocer, and the butcher and their wives, Albert's mother and 2 brothers, Armand's aunt and uncle, etc. There are 4 ushers, one of them Chuck, one of them a college friend of Val's we've never seen before, and Agador, who now limps down the aisles seating latecomers. The bridesmaids are lovely, genteel girls. The matron of honor looks like Queen Elizabeth and stares helplessly at Agador. A priest and a rabbi are in attendance. The rabbi is gay. Angle on the left side, Jaja and second drag queen staring openly at the right side.
Robert Dole is gorgeous.
Angle the right side. At the end of the row, we see Robert Dole staring fixedly ahead. 2 matrons glance covertly at the side.
Which one is the mother?
I just don't know.
The music begins playing, and Barbara walks down the aisle on Senator Keeley's arm. The guests on the right side of the church watch with softened faces. Mrs. Keeley weeps quietly. The guests on the left side of the church clutch their hearts. Armand and Albert sob. The bride reaches the altar and looks at the groom. The groom smiles at her, and the ceremony begins. The end.
You did it. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yes! So fun.